Good morning, all you lucky people. Welcome back to the Grumpy Old Git in the Corner on a Tuesday morning that is seeing blue skies. So I've got to get a bit of washing in today, get that out to dry while I can. But as always on a Tuesday, I'm playing catch up again with what's been going on, but in some ways it's helped me a little bit with one of the stories today. Waiting. Yeah, you'll see what I mean in a minute. Excuse me, I haven't bump started the lungs yet and had me morning ciggy. But what the hell is Comrade Starmer up to? Now, as you know, I don't say a lot, but I have opinions on what's going on way out there in the east. Why? Because I don't give a shit, basically. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that interruption. That's from the hospital, trying to make an appointment at a hospital I can't get to. So. But I can't remember where I was in my notes now. But yeah, I think the world would be a better place. Yeah, he puts his nose in everything. Oh, fuck it, start again. Sorry about that, guys. Hospital phoning about more appointments. Oh, when does it ever end? But yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit what happens out there. You know, as far as I'm concerned, once they wipe themselves out, the world will be a better place. They're not my wars, you know, just my opinion. But none of them should even concern us, to be honest. But Starmer, the warmonger, wants to poke his unwanted nose in every single one of them. And now he's come out and says that he recognises something that don't exist. Yes, you can recognise an idea. Absolutely. But that's all it is an idea. If the result of that idea doesn't exist, it can't be recognised, can it? But to me, this is just another move to provoke division in this country. He hates our flag, he hates our country, he hates our people, but would happily fly the Palestinian flag like they did in London the other day. What more does this cretin have to do to be pulled down? I don't care what bullshit he comes out with. He has cost us our freedoms, our rights, a living, and he's also alienated the biggest ally we've ever had. By that I mean America. And he's trying to cozy up and bow down to terrorists, just like he did with BLM taking the knee, just like he did with the Rainbow Warriors, as I call them, the alphabet people. He bowed to them, he bowed to the Muslims, and now he's bowing to absolute fucking terrorists. Unbelievable. You know, it's much more obvious now. He's doing it in the open. You know, what does he intend for us? Well, it's quite obvious, isn't it? And personally, it's just my opinion, I don't think it will be long now until the peaceful protests come to an end and something much worse starts to happen. Because millions of people are standing up and telling him he's wrong, including his own people, his own party, and everybody is just being ignored. You know, I said last week, things are going to start happening now very, very quickly. They're already covering up a load of stories with bullshit today in the mainstream media hiding what's really going on. I'll bring that up again in a minute. But yeah, I think it's going to happen much more quickly, and not just from one side. The government are going to start moving things quickly now, and I think the protesters will. So the shit is piling up behind the fan, and I don't believe it's long now before somebody flicks the switch and turns it on. I'll leave that one there because I will likely say something that could get me into trouble. But this is another relevant one, and I've got a bit of say on this. We've all seen the video that came out a few days ago concerning these two. Yeah. Now, you've all seen it, so I'm not going to show the video or go through the details, but it was only a minute and a half long from what is apparently a 10-minute reaction time. That's how long the interview carried on. Now, the online safety bill, as we know, gets well abused by this government and the police and other authorities. Now, in my opinion, this time it was used on this case as it should be, to protect the kids. After all, that's what it was professed to be. Now, I don't disagree that these two cops were absolutely out of order with the way they conducted themselves, making threats like they did. Now, don't forget, this wasn't a young 6-year-old girl like somebody said in the original video. This was a teenager. We all know what today's teenagers are like. But you have to recognise that this teenager created a fake profile. Allegedly, I will say on all this, I haven't seen the full 10-minute video because the police haven't released it anywhere. If they have, I haven't seen it. But she created a fake profile to make threats. And that is wrong. That is well wrong. Now, you think back how many killings, suicides there are and have been amongst teenagers that are the result of something like this escalating. Most of us as adults were the sensible ones. Yeah, we've had threats thrown at us online many a time, and you just ignore it, you shrug it off. But teenagers don't. You know, I'm not defending the police here in any way, shape or form. Everybody knows my feelings on the police, and I wouldn't trust them as far as I could piss. But in this case, they were doing the right thing, but as always, went about it the wrong way. Now, unfortunately, this is the problem with social media, the internet, YouTube and many other platforms, that people don't show the full video. It's heavily edited, and if you think about that, it's nothing more than trying to push a narrative the same as mainstream media do. But as I say, I'm not defending the police here, far from it. You know, the way they operate now is disgusting. Total totalitarianism, and they shouldn't be operating the way they do, especially when it comes to youngsters. You've got to tread very, very softly with them. Now, I'm just giving my opinion about that, so don't jump down my throat. I'm not defending the police, but in this case, I believe they did the right thing, but in the wrong way. Just my opinion, guys. I know somebody will disagree with me, but this is the problem. That new law is very, very rarely used for what it's meant to. It's used to silence us. It's used to censor us. It's used to censor dissent. So, my opinion is, yes, this has come out and it was being used for the right purpose for once. Even better if it does save a life or stop it escalating, because then the cases just blow up. But if the police wanted to disquell any propaganda or anybody pushing a narrative, what they should have done is posted their version, posted the body cam. It wouldn't have influenced any court case, because I doubt if it'll even go to court. But, well, unless one of the parents tries to sue or something, I suppose. But I'll leave that there. I've been going on far too long, including my interruptions from the hospital. But this is something we can talk about tomorrow night on the live with myself and Mrs. W. You know, it's a very well publicised case now over the media channels, social media channels, and I just wanted to give my opinion on it. I didn't report on it at the time because I didn't feel I was seeing the whole story. But there we go. I'll leave that there for today. I've got quite a few chores to do today, so I'm going to be knackered. But until tomorrow, probably on the live. As always, enjoy the warm weather, although it is getting colder now. But whatever you do, stay safe, stay strong, and don't believe a word that Comrade Starmer is putting out now. Respects, people.